I'm just gonna make sure I start the recording. And welcome again to CubeFit for today. My name is Ryan. I'll get started with the stretching force for today. If you do have more than one person, as always, make sure that you do mention that in the comment or conversation section. And if you experience anything with your mic or anything like that as we go along, just let me know. Again, I'm going to do the stretch stuff for today, and we have a few moves. A lot of them are going to be one-sided, so we just switch on each side. About 30 seconds. Again, I always have a timer running as we go through this here. So just let me know if you hear anything or feel anything that's different on the video if it freezes, and we'll get started. So our first one is just going to be a windmill stretch. You can do this either standing or you can also do this seated. I'll show you the seated and the standing version. So this first one is just going to be on one side. So you want to have one hand, doesn't matter which hand you start with, you want to have one hand kind of flat on the ground. Oops, I'll kind of move this around a little bit. And if you have to, you can lower your seat a little bit like I need to. I'm not as tall as Drew is. So we want to go right here, have your foot or hand down on the ground, feet are flat as well. And you want to twist and open up, kind of going right like this here. If your hand can't reach the ground all the way down to the ground, that's completely fine. You can go as far down as you can, but really just try to open up, get in your chest here. You can also do this kind of standing. I mean, not necessarily standing, but you can do this crouched down right like that. You can also do this right here. So you got a few seconds left here. In 3, 2, 1. There we go. Good. Just switch to the opposite side. All right. So again, you can do this seated right here in your chair. You can also do that standing or in that crouch position. So again, I want my hand to be flat on the ground or as flat as possible, reaching up, twisting, reaching up towards the ceiling here, getting a good twist. Going to that side. We have a few seconds left. Holding on to that nice stretch, good breathing. 3, 2, 1. There we go, good. So this one here now, this is going to be, again, either seated, you can also do this at your desk. So with this one, you just go one foot. Again, it doesn't matter which one you start with. You want to go one foot on top of the other. You want to gently push down into that knee, all right, as you go through this one here. Gently push down. You can even kind of lean forward. Make sure when you lean forward with your chest, all right? Not so much with your back like that, because then that'll mess up your lower back here. So we're just pushing down right like this here. So go ahead and begin with that. And again, if you're doing this, I'll just show you. If you're doing this standing, say if you have a standing desk, kind of use your standing desk as your guide, sit back into it. This one you don't necessarily have to push down into it, but if you can, if you want to, you can. And again, I understand some people may have restricting clothes, so you may not be able to get into this position quite as well. Just go as far as it would allow you to. We're almost to it in 3, 2, 1. There we go, good. We just want to switch to the opposite side here. Again, doing the same thing. I'm going to sit down for this one so you can see the sit-down version of this. Again, going opposite foot over. Push down on that opposite knee. Make sure as you push down and you lean forward, make sure to lean forward with the chest. Not going this way, just trying to curl over. Really lean forward, kind of leading with that chest here. There you go. Again, good breathing as you go through this. Pushing on down. Looking good. You're almost to it. And there you go. Good. So this one's just going to be now for our hands, for our arms a little bit. So since you've probably been on the keyboard for quite some bit today, make sure that you kind of reach and go right like this, trying to open up that wrist. You've probably been locked in all day, so it's good to give them a bit of a release, a little bit of a break. Gently pulling back on that hand so that you open up the wrist here. You only have a little bit left in 3, 2, 1. There we go. Good. This is just going to be the opposite hand. Doing that same exact thing. Going right here. Pulling right like that. Again, gently doing this, making sure that as you go through this, you're not feeling too much discomfort. You're just feeling a really good deep stretch through that wrist. If you feel anything in the elbow, you can even kind of bend at the elbow a tad bit while still pulling back on that hand. We only have a little bit left here. If you want to, you can even mess around with different angles, really trying to pull this here if you have really good flexibility throughout your arm and elbows there. Otherwise, just trying to go with that regular stretch here. We got it in 3, 2, 1. There we go. Good. So this one's just going to go back to the top. We just have those moves here. So this one's just going to go with that same thing. Again, going with our almost windmill stretch is what some people call it, or a thoracic stretch if you want to get scientific with it. Going again, flat hand down, opening up with the chest, having the hand go straight up above. It's going right there. You've been really trying to open up that chest. You feel it all through the inner part of that arm, all the way down through the chest, all the way down through the abs and obliques here. Remember, good stable breathing as you do this. We're done in 3, 2, 1. There we go. Good. We just want to go opposite side. Same exact thing. Going just right here. Hand down flat. Other one up. Reversing our order. Just trying to get, again, an open chest here. Filling this through the inner arm. Feet flat on the ground. There we go. We're almost to it. Keep holding on to this here. 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Good. So this one's just going to be now going with that over, our foot over the knee, and again gently pressing down into that opposite knee, going just right here. Again, leading with the chest if you're moving forward, applying pressure on that knee so that we feel a pretty good stretch, kind of up under that knee that's over top. So as you lean forward, you feel a pretty good stretch, pushing down again gently into that, making sure it's not too much excessive pressure as you go through here. Feeling this stretch on the outside of the thigh, also in the hamstrings. Good, looking good. We got this in 3, 2, 1. There we go. Good. Again, this is going to be the opposite side. Doing that same exact thing here. With that hand on top of that knee, pressing down gently, leaning forward here. You can always focus in on your breathing as you work through these. Think about a nice, easy cadence as you go through. That's good. You're almost there. Stay in this one here. 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Good. So this one here is going to be those carpals here. Trying to get that wrist stretch. If you want to play around with this one, you can stay with this one that we had before. Again, you can also go here. If you want to get a different angle, you can also just work from here. So I'm going to do that for our first one here. Go ahead and begin. Just kind of going right here, getting a good stretch. Remember to gently push back until you feel a very adequate stretch here. Make sure that it's not so much that it's so discomfort or uncomfortable that it causes pain. We want this stretch to be effective but not painful. There we go. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Good. Take a minute, shake that one out. And then you just want to go with the opposite hand again. You can go here or up top. All right. Here we go. It's going right here. I'm staying with the hand up top or vertical. Again, as you go through this, allow yourself to get into that stretch here. All right. Sometimes you feel the hand is going to try to fight against the stretch. With a few easy breaths, really controlling that, being nice and comfortable in this. You'll allow yourself to get into the stretch a little bit more relaxed. There we go, almost there. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Good. Nice job, guys. So that's really all I had for today. Hopefully that gives you a bit of a stretch for today to get you through the rest of it if you aren't already almost done. Again, we will have these things posted up on our YouTube page. Make sure you take a look out for those. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Have a great rest of your week, or Friday and weekend, and we'll see you next week. Take care, y'all.